All right, let's just get right into it. A huge line was just crossed in the world of AI. And honestly, it happened in a way almost no one saw coming. And just to be clear, what we're about to talk about, this isn't some prediction about the future. This is what's already happened. And it really all boils down to this one number, 75%. Now, this isn't just some random stat pulled out of a report. It's a score that signals a massive shift in the whole relationship between what humans can do and what AI can do. So, what exactly is this number? Okay, so here it is, 75%. That's the score a new AI agent called GPT 5.4 just hit on something called the OSWorld benchmark. And look at that bar right next to it. That's the average human score, sitting at 72.4%. The AI didn't just match us, it actually beat us. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. So you're probably wondering, what in the world is this OSWorld benchmark, right? Well, it's not some weird abstract test for academics. No, it's a super robust simulation of the real, everyday stuff that, millions of us do at our computers every single day. We're not talking theory here. This is literally a simulation of professional, white-collar work. And the AI that pulled this off, it's not your standard chatbot. We're talking about GPT 5.4. It's got this massive 1 million token context window, and this is the really crucial part. It can autonomously carry out these complex, multi-step tasks across all sorts of different software. Think about it less like a tool and more like a digital coworker that can use all your other tools for you. But you know that headline score? That's just the tip of the iceberg. The surface story isn't even the real story here. To really get what this moment means, we've got to peel back the curtain and look at this in 3 deeper layers. Okay, so layer 1. Let's talk about something called the automation cliff. Because what this benchmark result really tells us is that this isn't some far-off idea anymore, it's here, right now. So what is the automation cliff? Well, it's this idea that one day AI seems kind of like a toy, a curiosity, and then, almost overnight, it's capable of handling entire job functions. The moment an AI can score higher than a person on real-world tasks and do them on its own, well, we're not just getting close to that cliff anymore, we're standing right on the edge, looking down. And this is what makes it so real. Just think about the things you do at your desk every day. Firing off emails, building out spreadsheets, digging into what your competitors are up to, drafting proposals, even just scheduling meetings. AI can now do these things at, or in this case, better than the average human level. And that brings us to layer 2, this really fundamental shift in how we even think about AI. We have to stop seeing it as just a model and start seeing it for what it's become, a complete operating system. There's this quote from an AI architect at IBM that just nails it. He said, "The model itself is becoming a commodity, like electricity. The point is, the real power, the real edge, isn't just having the model. It's all about the system you build around it." So think about it. When you use one of these advanced AIs today, you're not just chatting with a language model. You're actually talking to a whole system. A system that has web search, that can execute code, that can access your tools, and it's probably got this agentic loop running behind the scenes, letting it think, plan, and act on its own. It's the huge difference between seeing AI as just another app and seeing it as the new OS for your entire workflow, or even your entire company. Okay, so that leads us to our third and final layer, and this one is maybe the most important. If the models are becoming common, like electricity, then the new way to get ahead is what we're calling the implementation mode. And look, the urgency here is real. Morgan Stanley put out this warning recently, saying a massive AI breakthrough is coming, and that most of the world just isn't ready for how big and how fast the impact is going to be. But here's the crazy part. This breakthrough, it isn't some top secret project locked away in a lab somewhere. It's happening right now, out in the open for everyone to see. These models, GPT 5.4, Claude, Gemini, they're already available. So the advantage, the moat, it's not about having access to the tech. No, the real moat is implementation. And this is exactly where most companies get stuck, right? They see the headlines, they know AI is a big deal, but they just don't have the time or the know-how or the systems in place to actually use it. And that creates this massive gap between knowing you should do something and actually doing it. And that gap, that's where people are going to fall behind. All right, so let's put it all together. We've seen that the automation cliff is here. We've seen that AI is basically a new kind of operating system. And we know that the real barrier is just getting it implemented. When you see all that, you're left with a pretty stark choice. let's just go right back to where we started. The AI didn't just catch up to humans, it passed us. And we have to be honest with ourselves. The performance of this tech is only going in one direction, and that's up. This gap between AI and human baseline performance, it's only going to get wider.
And that leaves every single one of us with a really fundamental question. This isn't about the distant future anymore. This is about right now. Are you going to be the one using these incredibly powerful systems, or are you going to be competing against the people and the companies who are?
Because at the end of the day, the ultimate competitive advantage in this new world is crystal clear. It's not about who has access to AI. It's about who closes that gap between knowing what's possible and actually making it happen. That gap, that is the new moat.